The Shakespearean language. How can we learn to make sense of Shakespeare's language? First and foremost, I do want to cover that Shakespeare's language, it comes from the Elizabethan English, which was created about 400 years ago. Some of the components of the Elizabethan English is elisions. This is when syllables are shortened. Skipping of certain syllables are omitted from the word to shorten them. It is usually used with an apostrophe. Many of them we do use to this current day. Didn't, short for did not. He's, she's, short for he is, she is. Shakespeare did it often. Here's a common example here. I ne'er saw true beauty till this night. Short for I never saw true beauty until tonight. A couple of other common elisions used in Shakespeare. Tis, short for it is. Thou'lt, short for thou art. Near, short for never. Thou'dest, short for thou wouldest. Ta'en, short for taken. Do't, short for do it. Also, the Elizabethan pronouns that were used, again, this was 400 years ago. English had two forms of you. The second person, singular, and then also personal pronouns, possessive form, okay? Today, we no longer use thou, thee, thy, thine, and thyself. Okay, I want to go over the 5 differences between them. Thou and thee are both the form of you. Okay, however, thou is only used as the subject of a sentence. Okay, the subject. Thee is only used as an object. So, I love thee, I give thee love. I love you, I give you love. That's the object, okay? Make sure that's clear. Thou and thine are both possessive forms of you, okay? Thou love, your love. Thine is a possessive form of you and is used, this case is used only when it is before an initial vowel. Okay, so if you use a word and right before thine, there's a vowel right there, you have to use thine. So here's a perfect example. All my love is thine. We're using thine because is starts with a vowel. So that shows all my love is thine. All my love is yours. This is your love. There's no vowel, so that's why they use thy. So be mindful of the differences between thy and thine, especially when you're assigned with certain projects during this unit. Be careful. Be very, very careful. Thou, it is used, same things, used as the form of you, but it signals the intimacy between a wife and husband, and it also signals superiority, okay? And the speaker must be superior, and they must be talking to someone of a lower status. So social inferiors, okay? It is often used, again, in intimacy cases. Husband and wife can talk to each other like that. If someone addresses someone of a higher rank using thou, it is insulting. So if you have to do a writing piece and I actually use Shakespearean language and 2 people are talking, one person is a higher, let's say a prince and Juliet are talking, she will never refer to that prince as thou, okay? She wouldn't even refer to her mom or father as thou. She would refer to Romeo as thou, and Romeo will refer to her as thou, or someone on their social class status. Does that make sense? Okay. Also, the syntax. People didn't talk the way they do in Shakespeare's plays. Shakespeare wrote the way he did for poetic and dramatic purposes. Okay. One of the reasons to write like this would be to create a specific rhythm, emphasize a certain word, or give character a specific speech pattern. Verses versus prose. A verse is written in a way that it rhymes, such as poetry. Most of Shakespeare's plays are written in verse. Prose is a speech. There's no line of verse in this everyday language. It's typical dialogue that's in a play. Shakespeare definitely uses verse throughout Romeo and Juliet. You will notice that as we read it. Another feature of Romeo and Juliet will feature the Shakespearean use of the ambiotic pentameter. This is sonnets written in a meter. The rhythm in the scheme is 10 syllables. The syllables are divided into 5 pairs called ambs or ambiotic feet. Okay? The amb is a metrical unit made up of one unstressed syllable followed by one stressed syllable. Okay, so a typical line would be ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. Notice ba is one unstressed syllable. Boom is a stressed syllable. When a syllable is stressed, it almost sounds like it's 2 syllables, but it's not. So that's a perfect example. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. Although this is repetition, it's followed by an unstressed syllable, a stressed syllable. Unstressed syllable, stressed syllable. Unstressed syllable, stressed syllable. All the way through. Another example. Shall I? Unstressed syllable, stressed syllable. Unstressed syllable, stressed syllable. All the way through. So shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Blank verse. This is pretty common in Shakespeare's plays. Some of them are unrhymed and are not grouped into stanzas. It is called a blank verse. Okay, if it doesn't rhyme, but it also has the 10 syllables, one unstressed, one stressed, there's no type of rhythm, it is a blank verse. Okay. A change from verse to prose is always significant. Prose may be used to communicate urgency, disorganization, or any type of informality. Okay. Prose do not always indicate social class. Okay, just want to make sure that's clear. Couplets, a rhyming couplet, 2 successive lines that are in the same meter and represent a complete thought. Couplets often end a scene, summing up how things stand or anticipating how it will end. Okay? For example, did my heart love till now? Forswear its sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night. That's a couplet. Here's another one. For never was a story more of woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo. Okay. Another thing about Shakespearean language, the punctuation. The poetic line is not often a sentence. Do not confuse that. A line of poetry that has a complete thought at the end of the line is called end stopped and has a punctuation mark. Okay, it has a punctuation mark, a period, comma, etc. Okay, so you will see that it's called end stopped. Also common is a soliloquy. This is when a speaker says his thoughts aloud on stage alone. Okay, the speaker is in an attempt to find some type of resolution. Okay, to be or not to be. Functions of a soliloquy. We learn more about the character, more about their motives and their secrets. The character often comments of the significance of the action we've just witnessed, giving us clues about themes. The speaker makes us like or dislike him even more. Tension is raised or expectation is aroused by overhearing the feelings and plans of this speaker during that soliloquy. So it's means a lot. Means a lot. Also, what we will see in Shakespeare's language is motif. This is the recurrent images in words or pairs opposite that produce patterns of unified work. It expresses the theme. Usually it's going to be a symbol or some type of pattern that we keep seeing. If we keep seeing deaths, tragic, loss, I'm not going to give the story away, but anytime you keep seeing the opposites of something just keep happening, a pattern, it expresses the themes. Okay. As we read, we will run into all of these elements, and then I'll provide additional resources, but definitely this will help us all understand the language. I'm always available to assist. Thanks for your time.